gilipollas soy. El antifortune es que se tendría que morir perma, ¿no?
Empieza septiembre, empieza el curso.
I'm going to show you the God Touch farming strategy that has been around for a couple of weeks, but with my adjustments to my playstyle. So specifically, I'm not using any MF and I'm doing it with a very low investment. So the three main premises that I'm following to create this version of this strategy is to first, I want to stay away as much as I can from the trade side. I want to spend as much time trading with other people, getting the juice, and for then playing the game. But I want to maximize the time that I want to be playing instead of that. Then I want to put all my retirement money in each map that I'm going to run. So I want to keep the investment as low as I can. And instead of that, I'm going to countering by spamming maps. I won't be adding 3 legions in a single map, but I'm going to add a single legion and then I'm going to be spamming maps. And finally, I don't want to spend half the time that I spend clearing a map by looting after that and or backtracking all the way back to the entrance doing that, because that kind of playstyle actually burns me a lot while playing. So I prefer to start clearing the map and looting at the same time, and once I kill the map boss, I want to pour it out and get into the next map and then repeat that. Then what's this strat about? So we're going to be running the Jungle Valley map. This map is special because the map boss won't spawn until you get to the boss room, and this means that when you start clearing and playing in the map, you won't be getting the boss options in the altars. So this means that you won't have to boss rush like, for example, we do in dance or when we do also in mesa. And yeah, that's pretty comfy, and this is why we are choosing Jungle Valley, and also because it's a pretty good map for legions too, like dance. Then I'm choosing to not using any AMF because I don't want to gimp my own character by adding some bad stuff and making it half viable. So yeah, I'm not using it. I'm trying to compensate with the address tree passive. Then, like we already mentioned, I'm not using any sextant. One of the main reasons is because we actually have to get awakening sextant to buy them, and then we have to buy awakening sextants because we cannot buy them using chaos, and it's all a chain of trades that we have to do. Then we are using 4 scarabs. Those scarabs are actually pretty cheap, and at the same time they are pretty non-popular, so we are going to do very efficient trades and getting a lot of them in a very few trades. Then I'm going to be chiseling, alking, and walling my maps, and I will remark that this is very important, especially the wall part, because when the map turns into a 4-mod map, it will get a lot of quantity and rarity that otherwise we are going to lose it if we don't val. Then the undefined outcome is also very good. We are going to see later on that we easily sustain our maps. So in case that you val the map and you get a mod that your build cannot do it, you just have to skip that, and don't worry because you are going to have a lot of extra maps to val. So yeah, you're just going to lose an alk, a ball, and some chisels. That's not a big deal. In the worst scenario, you can then run with the keystone that's called Twister Fate, and take advantage of those maps. And finally, I have a special Atlas tree that's focused in getting as much quant and rarity in our maps. About the use that we are going to be putting in our maps are mainly focused in the Abyss and in the Legions. Legions mainly because it's basically the best league mechanic to spawn rares, and since we are hunting those god touched minions, we want to we want to spawn as many rares as we can. And Abyss is the same thing. It's a bit annoying that you have to follow the worm, but Abyss actually has pretty good nodes in the passive tree that makes it spawn even more stuff, and you will see that a lot of rares are coming out from that hole. So we are focusing in these two league mechanics. And then I added the another scarab to spawn a little more rares and a reliquary, so we can get a better outcomes when we find those god touch minions. And as you can see in this image, I have prepared 100 maps, and those are going to be all the that I will be running them in this test run. And I have already run 43 of them, and I'm going to show you a preview of the results that I'm getting with this strategy. So I'm going to show you my passive tree that is for this strategy, and as you can see, we're going to start from the origin. We are getting an extra strongbox because the strongbox adds a lot of monsters and drop also good stuff. I'm blocking as much stuff as I can so we can have extra legions and extra abyss when we do the map, extra from the ones that we are already adding it with our scarabs. We have some stuff for the harvest because harvest is too profitable to ignore. So yeah, I have some nodes here. Then I'm expecting all the abyss stuff to spawn as much monsters as we can from the league mechanic. And then we're going to expect all the legion stuff. This is pretty important because unless your build is GG, basically, you are going to you want to get all the monsters and you cannot skip them, and you don't want to take the risk of losing a god touch minion from the legion, because that's what the whole strategy is about. And then I have some extra legion stuff here for the generals, and this will add more rares that are the generals itself. Then I have, as you can see, the whole hat here, the whole awakening hat, so we can get as much quant and rarity as possible. And then I have this node to get a lot of altars. Then I expected some beyond stuff, mainly because beyond spawns a lot of minions, and also the beyond currency is actually at a very good price. Then I added the classical influence, keystone, and nodes, more beyond stuff to spawn more beyond demons that are the ones that are rare. So this is also pretty important. Then I added some possessed minions related stuff that's in conjunction with this one that adds some quantity in those rares. And yeah, if those rares are possessed and they are god touch minions, then they are going to have a bonus of 30 quantity, so that would be pretty good. Then we have the inner cycle for the quant and the rarity, and the whole quantity is a bit circle, and more harvest stuff, the extra strongbox stuff. We are making them the strongbox rare and corrupted, and then we have shaping the valleys, because in the Kyrak device we are going to be using Fortune Free with the Brave. And finally, we are using the singular focus because we are making the jungle valley a favorite in all of the slots, and this will allow us to self-sustain the maps we now issue. So that's pretty important too. And yeah, as you can see, that's the whole tree. This is actually 132 passives. If you don't have that much points, you can actually take out some of the strongbox stuff, and yeah, then you should be fine. You should be fine because there are a lot of stuff here that aren't mandatory. I wouldn't touch the rest of the tree because the other parts are pretty good. And finally, I'm going to show you the loot that I got in these 43 maps. As you can see, I have missing here 15 scarabs and have 7 here. So I made in total 43 maps, and the whole loot that I got from those maps, it's all here. And as you can see, there are a lot of stuff, a lot of cards, a lot of currency, and a lot of maps, a lot of Eldritch currency. And I have here in a separate section or a separate zone the main currency that we are looking for. That is the divines, the exalted, and we are going to be getting a lot of annulments too. So as you can see, we have a good chunk of divines. If I remember correctly, 2 of these were from natural drops, some of the exalts too, yeah, and then all the rest came from the god touch minions that they sometimes spawn in our maps. Pricing all of these in Exilence, we have a total amount of 28. Let's take a last snapshot. We have made a total of 28 divines. We're going to inspect the loot a little bit. As you can see, the divines actually make the biggest section, the biggest part in the loot. And we got a lot of the awakened sextant. These come from the altars, because when you take the option for extra map currency, you're going to drop them a lot, and as you can see, the price is actually pretty high. I'm pretty sure that in bulk you can sell them up to, I don't know, 4 chaos maybe. Then we got a lot of maps. As you can see, I made 43 maps, and I'm getting almost double that amount. So as I said earlier, you are going to over sustain pretty easily, so don't worry when you corrupt a map and you don't get mod that you can run, for example a reflect mode. So you just dump the map and go next, right? Then a lot of the Eldritch currency. I got 2 invitations. This is not representative because in 43 maps we are getting like 1.5 instead, so we should subtract 70 chaos from this amount. Some exiles, some harvest stuff. Like I said, we cannot ignore harvest because it's so profitable, and even more at this point in the league where people are wanting to spend all of their currency in expensive crafts. So yeah, yes, this is a lot of money. So for a few points in the Atlas, we can get a lot of money. So yeah, that's pretty good. A lot extra mapping currency, some stacked decks, Legion stuff, some raw chaos, that's pretty good, beyond currency, an invitation because I'm doing the map boss for the challenge, and yeah, more stuff, bubblegum currency, more bubblegum currency. So I don't think that you can sell pretty easily the incubators, but it says 3C each, maybe you can. I should try. Then more Legion stuff, bubblegum currency, some cards. As you can see, the Emperor Lag, no one's going to buy this Emperor Lag, so we have to subtract some of the stuff. The Scout is at 10C, that's pretty good. Some other stuff, and up to this point I'm pretty sure that you can liquidate all of that pretty easily, and then we start getting these weird cards, the Racket for 3C, a lot of the Reign of Chaos, no one's going to buy Reign of Chaos for 1C, 3 Voices, no one's going to buy these cards. So yeah, I think that we can assume up to this point Essences Nair is going to buy, and yeah, some more stuff here, and yeah, the fossil stuff do sell, the emblems do sell too, and these cards I'm not so sure. So we can assume that if we go to the last page, that for example we can liquidate all of this loot for 5400 chaos, and that would be a total of 27 divines instead of the raw number here, that is the 28. So yeah, let's consider that we got a total amount of 27 divines in these 43 maps, and that's actually not bad, right? So this is how the map watch looks like. We are going to filter by the Jungle Valley, that is the map that we are running in these test runs. And yeah, as you can see, we have, well, I don't have maps today because it's past 12, but in the old time run maps I have 76, 76. These are actually taking into account other maps outside of this test, and so yeah, in average we run the maps in around 5 minutes and 1 minute being in our hideouts. This is not accurate actually, because if you go AFK, the map watch will still be counting because you have the map open and you're actually not playing, right? So we'll be spending, I don't know, 10 seconds max. Meanwhile you are dropping the loot and you are opening the next one. So I would say that in average you will be in the map and you're going to be completing a map in around 5 minutes 20 seconds. As you can see, I completed a map. This is pretty odd to be that much, but 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes, a bit less of 5 minutes, 3 minutes. This was pretty quick. As you can see, 8 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes. So I think it's pretty fair to consider 5 minutes and 20 seconds. So we are going to make some calculations here. Yeah, 27 divines is what we make up to this point. And if we spend a total amount of let's say 5.3, so 5.33 minutes per map, and we have run 43 maps. We have been running these maps in a total amount of 3.82 hours. So we said that we made 27 divines, so that divided by the amount of hours, we are actually making around 7 divines per hour, and that's actually pretty good. I have to say that in our results we actually got a lot of divines and very few of the annulments. So to be fair, we should probably get a little bit less divines and less. So we should be getting less divines and less exalted and more annulments to make it fair. So we can say that the strategy, instead of 7, it could be around between 6 and 7 divines. I don't know if my god touch ratio is low or it's high. So yeah, we can have a preemptive conclusion of that. And this is the part 1 of this. I will be uploading a final part with the rest of the maps, and we will have better conclusions in a whole set of 100 maps, how about how profitable is the strategy doing it this way. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video, and I encourage you to try this strategy and tell me your results. So yeah, see ya.